and welcome to Dominating Dominion. I am Ben.
I'm Zach. And
Yes.
guess what? We're playing a game called Dominion. It's not like it's in the title.
No, that's not.
But anyway, we've been going through each set by set. We're still not through all of them yet, so what we got today?
We are on Cornucopia.
That's another mini one, but it's a good one. What's Cornucopia about?
It is about variety. Pretty much all the cards in the set are based on variety. So the more different cards you have, the better you will perform with Cornucopia cards.
So it encourages you, instead of buying like maybe 2 or 3 of the Kingdom cards that usually get set out, you want to buy at least a copy of all of them sometimes in some cases, or at least a good portion of them. Because that's what makes the cards perform better in this set. So it's nice too, because if you random it, you can just get one of these that makes you want to buy all the cards, and it can be really good in some cases. So we'll be playing with a set of, actually it's 11 today, because one of the cards, which we will explain when we show you the cards, puts out an extra one. So there's going to be 11 Kingdom cards, all from Cornucopia today. And then we're also playing with new cards.
It's also called the base set.
Yeah, so we're 2 sets in 1. Now this isn't really a full-on set. What is it?
No, it is the base cards. So your copper, silver, gold, estates.
It actually looks like you got a picture of an estate, you got the picture of copper. So you got all the cards now have like pictures instead of just the numbers on. So one, that's going to be better for the camera, I think, because you'll be able to tell the difference better. It's also better for playing, because when people lay down their coins, at least in our games, they usually cover up the numbers, so you just see the little circle of the coin, but you just have to assume they're telling you the truth, or you ask them, spread them out, I want to see. But now you can just see the colors of the cards and stuff, and that's nice. But what else does this come with other than just the standard cards, like the provinces and the
colonies and the platinums and the potions?
Yeah, so here we go. You get the potion cards that come with alchemy. We had those boring potion cards from alchemy before, so that's cool to see. The only problem is you really still do have to own alchemy with that. Whereas platinums and colonies, it does say in the rulebook, I believe, that you should be playing with these if you add in prosperity, but you can honestly add them in whenever you want. And by buying the base cards, you can buy any expansion with them and still be able to play with platinums and colony, and let alone any set. You could just buy
the base set in Cornucopia.
Well, that'd be dumb because it's only 13 cards. But let's go with, like, next week's going to be Hinterlands. You could just buy Hinterlands and the base cards, and you're set. I don't know if I'd easily recommend that for new players. Hinterlands isn't too bad, actually. So that's a possible starting point for some people, and I do like the Hinterlands cards quite a bit. Now, you probably want to buy the base cards at Seaside, because it'd be pretty complicated games to start out with when you're trying to learn the basics. And the base set's pretty good at teaching you the basics. Why everybody calls it the base set. But should we get into today's game of Cornucopia Dominion stuff?
Sure.
Alright, so this week we've got Hamlet, Menagerie, Fortune Teller. This is the 11th card that was added into the set. That is because of Young Witch, which is the next card here. Now, when you set up a game with Young Witch, which we'll explain what a Young Witch does, you can probably assume already what it's going to do based on the fact we've already played with Witch. But when you add this card into the game, it tells you to add in a 2 or 3 card. That's a bonus into the set. And then you place a Young Witch card, the blue card, underneath it. And that will represent that this is a protection card for the Young Witch, which is an attack. So it acts like a moat, this card. So anytime you have a Fortune Teller in hand, Young Witch's attack is blocked. But we also got Horse Traders, Tournament, Remake, Harvest, Chester, Hunting Party, and Fairgrounds. And then, of course, that's not all. We've got tons more cards up here. Tournament helps you gain these prize cards, which is also a big part of Cornucopia.
I love prize cards.
Yeah, you love them. We'll see if you get any. But so there's 5 different prize cards. They do a whole bunch of different stuff. They are a little bit difficult to earn, but they will pay off if you are able to get them. So we will see what happens. But good luck. I won. No, you won last time, so
I would assume I won since I was doubled you.
Shut up. Alright, here we go. 3. A silver.
3. A silver.
4. A Horse Traders.
4. Horse Traders.
6. I'm going to take a gold.
5, I'll take a Jester.
Alright, horse traders. +1 buy, +3 coins, and then you discard 2 cards when you play it. Then I've got 5, the Jester.
Horse traders. I will discard those 2 cards, and I have 5. I will take a hunting party.
3, the silver.
Hunting party. What this does is you get a card and an action. So card and then reveal your hand. Revealing my hand. Reveal cards from your deck until you reveal a card that isn't a duplicate of one in your hand. Put it into your hand and discard the rest. So I will reveal, since I do not have a copy of a Jester in my hand, I will gain the Jester and discard all the others, but since it was a top card, I'll discard it. So then I'll play a Jester, and what Jester does is I get 2 coins. Then each other player discards the top card of his deck. If it is a victory, they gain a curse. Otherwise, either you gain a copy of it, or he does. My choice. So he revealed a copper, and I will give him a copy of a copper.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then I end up with 5. There's no action stacking. Cry. Oh, the rest. I will take a harvest.
Horse traders. I'm going to discard 2 cards, and I get the buy and 3 coins. And then I've got 7, 2 buys. I'm going to take a... Oh, what am I going to do here? I'm going to do a hunting party and a hamlet.
I will play a horse trader. So I'll discard 2 cards. I have 6. I will take a gold.
Hunting party. Revealing. I already have a copper. Hamlet. There we go. I'll play a hamlet. I will discard an estate for a buy. And then a Jester.
Copper.
Oh, did we play Hamlet yet?
No, you didn't say
Okay,
that.
here we go. So Hamlet gives you +1 card, +1 action. You may discard a card, and if you do, you get another action, so you'll have 2. It's like a village. And then you may discard a card if you do +1 buy. So if you discard 2 cards, you can choose to take both the action and the buy. And then we've got 3, 5.
Do you want me to gain a copper, or do you want a copper? Because you're Jester.
You get the copper.
Okay.
Alright, so I've got 8, 2 buys. I'm going to take a... tournaments.
Hunting party. I gain a card, reveal my hand, and I gain what's not in it. I already have a copper, but I don't have a harvest. Ooh. Well, I'll play my Jester.
I have the horse traders, so when another player plays an attack card, you may set aside this from your hand. If you do, at the start of your next turn, +1 card, I get the horse traders back, so I'm setting that aside.
It's your top card.
Flip the top card. It
You
is an
gain
estate.
a curse.
Yay, I love me a curse.
Then I have 8. I will take a province.
Nice. Alright, I get my horse traders, and then another card. I'll play my horse traders, discard 2. I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Province.
Hey, horse traders. Discard 2. 6. I'll take a tournament and a hamlet.
Alright, here we go. Tournament. I get +1 action. Now, each player may reveal a province from their hand. If I do, I discard it and gain a prize from the prize pile, or a duchy, putting it on top of my deck. If no one else reveals a province, I also get +1 card and +1 coin. So...
You revealing province?
Huh?
Are you revealing a province?
No.
I'm not either.
Okay, so I will get +1 card and +1 coin. Then I will play a Jester.
Try. Copper.
So you can take a copy of a copper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will take a gold.
Hammer. I'll take that. Discard that for an action and a buy. End up with 5. I will take a hunting party.
Alright, I will play a hunting party. I get a card. Show my hand. I reveal cards until I get one that's different. I already have a copper. I don't have a silver, so there we go. Then I will play a hamlet. So I get a card, and I will discard this for a buy. Then I will play tournament.
Do I have to reveal it or discard it?
Reveal.
Just reveal?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Bam.
Okay, so I don't get the card and coin, but I do get the action. But I don't have any more action cards. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I will take a province.
Yes. I'll play Hunting Party, gain a card, reveal the rest of my hand, and then I'll go, oh, I don't have horse traders. Then I will play a tournament. I do have a province, and I am discarding it. Oh. So I will take Princess.
I will go on top.
And then I will play a Jester. There you go.
Thanks.
And up with 4, I will take a tournament.
Okay, horse traders. I'm going to discard these 2. And then I've got 5 and a buy. I'm going to take a harvest.
I will play a princess, and what she does is you get by, and then while it is in play, cards cost 2 less, but not less than 0, so it helps you get stuff. And I have 4, so I will take a gold for 4 and a hamlet for 0.
Alright, I'm going to play Jester.
Try. Copper.
Lots of coppers being given out this game.
Yep.
Alright, I have 4 then. I will take a remake.
6, a fairgrounds.
8, a province.
A tournament. Are you reviewing a province?
Yes.
I'm not. I'll play a princess. I have 3. I will take a duchy and a hamlet.
6, gold.
Jester. Here you go. 8.
Damn coppers.
Province.
Alright, here we go. Hunting party. Alright. I'm going to reveal. Bam.
No, he has a province.
Yeah, I do. I'm going to then play a tournament.
Not revealing.
I have a province, I discard it, and then I will choose to gain a trusted steed. I'll put it on top. Then I will
Gain a card.
I don't know if I want the trusted steed or anything, but yeah, I'll take it.
You took it.
Yeah, I know. Alright, I get the card and coin, then I'll play another tournament. Alright, so I get another card and coin. Then I will play Hamlet, get a card, discard state for a action, and a harvest. What harvest does is you reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, then discard them, +1 per differently named card.
And I will gain a followers.
Ooh.
Do you have province?
I do not.
So, I'll play Hamlet, gain a card, discard that for an action. Then I'll play followers. So what followers does is +2 cards. Gain an estate. So I gain an estate. Each other player gains a curse.
Oh.
And discards down to 3 cards in hand.
Double on.
I know, so here's my first card I gain. And then the other card I gain will be... Play Hunting Party. So I get a card. And I reveal... I do have a province in my hand. So discard. I don't have an estate. Then I will play a Hamlet. Discard that for an action, and then a harvest. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Only worth 2, sadly. So 2, and then that, I will discard that and that. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Take a fairgrounds.
5, a duchy.
tournament.
I'm revealing a province.
Okay. I'm not. Princess. End up with 4 or 2, and I can gain a 4 card. But I'll gain a state for free while I'm at it, and then another tournament.
For a tournament.
7, a fairgrounds.
8, a province.
Hamlet. Discard that for a buy jester. Reveal the top card. Silver. I'll take 1. And then I end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. With 2 buys, I will take a remake and a menagerie.
Harvest. Reveal the top. So 4.
Dang.
5. A duchy.
Okay, I will play a tournament.
Province.
Princess. Taking a state for free and a fortune teller.
I know what he's doing. Hamlet. Plus 1 card. I will discard no cards. Then I will play a tournament.
Bam!
Alright, so, but I'm going to reveal the province.
No!
And then I'm going to take a duchy.
Oh.
That goes on top though, so.
Ouch.
And then I've got 3. I will take silver.
Tournament. Discarding province. Gaining a diadem. Do you have province?
Yes.
Cry. End up with 1.
Wow!
I'll take copper.
4. A tournament.
I have a diadem. It is a treasure card. It gives you 2 coins. And then when you play this, you get 1 coin, one extra coin per unused action you have. So I have 1 action for the free action, so that's 3, 4. I'll take an estate. Gurgle, gurgle.
Hamlet. That's it. 5. A duchy.
4 an estate.
Alright, I'm going to play Hunting Party. Get a card. Revealing. And a different card. I already have a tournament. Don't have a copper.
Dang, you're
Next tournament.
no province.
I will take.
Bag of gold. Oh, you can get a duchy.
Yeah, I'm taking a duchy.
Goes in your hand.
Goes on top.
In your hand.
Oh yeah, because it's a card point. Sorry. I thought you were doing the province for a second. Alright, then I'm going to play a Trusted Steed. I'm going to choose to gain 2 cards and then 4 silvers. And then I've got 1, 2, 3. I'm going to take a menagerie.
Hunting party.
I think I have 4, but I don't have 4 cards.
So I get a different cards than I need, which is a remake. Yippee! Oh, this will be interesting. I will play a remake. So this is what it is. You do this twice. Trash a card from your hand, then gain a card costing exactly 1 more than the trash card. So I will trash a jester for a fairgrounds, and then trash a duchy for a fairgrounds. And end up with 5. I will take a duchy.
That's a good round right there.
Yippers.
Alright, here we go. I'm going to play Trusted Steed for 2
Don't
actions
shuffle.
and 2 coins. Then a remake. I'll remake copper into nothing because it's 0 and I can only go up 1. And then horse traders into a duchy.
No more duchies, new!
That's it.
I will play a Menagerie, and what a Menagerie does is it gives you one action, and then reveal your hand. If there are no duplicate cards in it, plus 3 cards, otherwise plus 1 card. So because I have 2 coppers, I get 1 card. And here's a Hamlet. I'll play my Hamlet. And then I will play a Hunting Party. So I get a card, and then I reveal. I don't have a horse trader. Then I will play another Hamlet, so I gain a card. And then I will discard a copper for an action. Then I'll play a horse trader, or tournament. You have a problem?
Yes.
Correct. And then I'll play a harvest. Reveal the top 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is worth 3. And then a 3, 7. Take a fairgrounds.
2. An estate.
Nice.
I'm quite proud of that hand.
With a curse and all.
Yeah. Curses are my best friend.
I'm quite proud of this hand. Estate. Province. Estate. Fairgrounds. Copper.
Nice! Alright, here we go. I hope I end this. Harvest. I don't know why I revealed those, but whatever.
No!
Different cards.
Yeah.
Wow, that's where all my treasures were.
You ending it?
Yep, yeah, I'm ending it.
Oh, I was just about to get another fairgrounds.
Yeah, I wanted to stop you, because I knew I was winning there for a while, but with this fairgrounds, I think you might have... You still got a shot.
Because Fairgrounds is a victory card, we never really went over what it does. So what Fairgrounds does is worth 2 victory points for every 5 differently named cards in your deck.
Rounded down.
Rounded down. So you saw me buying all these other stuff just to make it up. Because when you have a bunch of different cards, you can make it worth a province.
I don't think I bought any of those.
No, I have 6.
56!
I don't like that. 56 seems like a lot.
We'll see what you got.
Still.
So your fairgrounds are provinces.
36, 42, 48, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59.
You won.
59
to
56.
Good game. That was really close. I think you really did come back with those fairgrounds. This would turn the tie.
If you would have ended the game 10 rounds before that, you would have won by like 30 points.
I think I started buying victory cards a little earlier on because the problem I started having near the end was I was drawing hands with a lot of victory cards and little money. So I wasn't able to buy those, like I think it was 2 provinces that were sitting there for a while. I was just like, oh, I can't buy these. And anytime I got over 6, enough to buy fairgrounds, I had the 8. So I was like, oh, well, I'm not going to buy fairgrounds when I can just buy a province and get it closer to ending. I mean, I probably should have started buying fairgrounds just to keep them from you, but I don't think that would have made much of a difference, honestly.
It would have because I won by 3 points.
There were still fairgrounds though there at the end, and I ended the game on a province, so we'll have to see. But let's talk about cards.
Let's start at the bottom.
Hamlet, +1 card, +1 action. You may discard a card. If you do, +1 action. You may discard a card. If you do, +1 buy.
Oh, I find this a very good card because
it's really good for a 2 card. Like when we first started playing it, it was really nice because early on, when you have a lot of crap cards you don't mind discarding, it's a great card. When you don't have crap cards, it's just replacing itself. But that's still a good thing because I mean, it's all right to replace itself. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, sure, it's not doing me anything, but at least I can replace it. And if I discard something, it's giving me something more. Yeah.
So it's a very nice little card. It's also a 2 card, which gives you a buy if you discard a card, so that's really handy.
And that was good in this game because we didn't have any action stacking unless we had Hamlet. And I know sometimes I did have to action stack, so...
Or your Trusted Steed.
Hamlet was good there. Yeah, I got the Trusted Steed later on, which we'll talk about the prize cards too. But and the buy's nice too, as long as you have something to discard. So good card, especially in this set.
Next up is...
Menagerie. Menagerie, +1 action, reveal your hand. If there are no duplicate cards in it, +3 cards. Otherwise, +1 card.
So this, I think, is another really good card, but it can hurt you sometimes. Or not really hurt.
This is another card that's like not good early on.
No.
You're not going to be buying this as your 3 card early on because you're going to have a lot of the same card because you only have 2 different types of cards in the beginning, unless you're playing with Dark Ages. We'll get into that later. 3 estates and 7 coppers. That's what you'll have. Menagerie will only then give you a card and an action, so it replaces itself kind of like Hamlet. Now, if you have a good variety of cards, especially later in game, Menagerie is going to be great because it's giving you 3 cards and an action. Look at Laboratory. That's a 5 card that gives you 2 and 1 action. This is a 3 card giving you 1 extra card compared to Laboratory and an action, as long as you have a wide variety of cards. If you don't, really not worth it. Now, towards the end, I know you started buying that. That was good. I think you just bought it, though.
I just bought it for the fairgrounds, but it didn't really pay off, but it was okay.
Good in action stacking games, and if you're buying a wide variety of cards early on.
Yeah.
But later in game, it's kind of good in longer games, though, like especially with multiple people.
And our Bane card, Fortune Teller.
Fortune Teller, plus 2 coins. Each other player reveals cards from the top of his deck until he reveals a victory or curse card. He puts it on top and discards the other revealed cards.
So, I don't think either of us ever bought this.
No, not in this game, because nobody bought a Young Witch.
No, but it could still be good, but I don't think it was very useful in this game.
So, it's basically the same cost as a silver. There are other cards in the game that are the same cost as a silver, and they do a little bit to make it enticing to buy it, because you have to play this in order to get that silver. Now, the enticement is that you're making them discard a lot of cards, hopefully good ones, until their next victory or curse. Early on, it's not really a big deal. I mean, it can kind of screw them up, but it's definitely later in game. You're hoping just to kind of go through their cards, but it's not really a powerful attack.
Kind of like Bureaucrat.
Yeah. But as the Bane card in this, since nobody bought a Young Witch, you really didn't divide these to discard. But I wouldn't mind picking these up if you had bought a Young Witch, because it's not a bad card. It's just not like super amazingly awesome.
No,
at least not. If it is in a future game, I'd love to see. But I haven't had a game where this is like super amazingly awesome. That's my word of the day. Use it somewhere.
I think this would be good with the dual cards. You remember from Intrigue where we had like victory and action. And this would be very good. Oh, actually, no, it wouldn't.
Because it goes back on top.
It would go back on top.
The rest go, so.
That would be bad, actually. Never mind.
Moving on!
Young Witch. This is probably by far one of the worst cards in the entire thing of Dominion. Because it's just horrible.
Young Witch, plus 2 cards. Discard 2 cards. Each other player may reveal a Bane card from his hand. If he doesn't, he gains a curse. Setup. Add an extra Kingdom card pile costing 2 or 3 to the supply. Cards from that pile are Bane cards.
Yeah, so I do like Young Witch because it's adding in the extra card. But the problem is you're drawing 2 cards and discarding 2. And after all the curses go, that's it. That's terrible. That's worse than the normal Witch, first of all. Really, this card has no value afterwards, unless you have like something that gains you something from discarding or you don't mind it. But I trashed this after the curses are gone. It's not something I'd keep around like familiar or something like that. But it's a really weak Witch. And there's always going to be something in the game to block it.
Yeah.
So it's you got to determine if it's worth buying, because again, if there's no way to trash the curse cards, especially, that is going to hurt your opponent. Now in this game we didn't buy this because we had Jester, which gave curse cards. Not as frequently as probably this would have, but still, there was another option to give curse cards, so I found that more worthwhile. Did you?
Yeah. Horse Traders.
Horse Traders, plus 1 buy, plus 3 coins, discard 2 cards.
So this is a very, very good card.
Very good
early
reaction.
game. This is one of the first cards you should buy if you have 4, because it's really good early game. And it also kind of somewhat protects you from an attack.
So let's go over what it does when you play it first and see why someone would buy it for that, especially if there's like no attack cards in the game.
Yeah.
You get plus 1 buy, plus 3 coins, so like a gold, but you have to discard 2 cards. Now early on, you're just going to have coppers and stuff, so but this is good especially to get rid of the crap, you're not going to mind it. So, and then plus 3 coins and a buy.
Yeah.
Really good. I mean, I can't think of another 4 card that's going to give you 3 coins. It's really good. There's some other card, 4 cards.
Poorhouse.
Poorhouse gives you 4, but that's another one. There's a bunch of others. Actually, I'm thinking of another 4 card that gives you 5 coins. We're really focusing on Dark Ages. We haven't even gotten there yet. But So nice card to start off on, and it was still pretty
Yeah.
good throughout the game. Because I always had stuff I didn't mind discarding when I played this. And especially if you're one who's going to play a lot of your cards where you end up not having a hand except for this, you're not discarding anything, you're just playing this, and you go, oh, nothing to discard. And that's really when it pays off.
Yeah.
So let's look at the reaction then, too, along with this.
When another player plays an attack card, you may set this aside from your hand. If you do, then at the start of your next turn, plus 1 card and return this to your hand.
Now, in order to kind of balance it out, they have you set it aside so you can't draw a huge amount. So you're only going to get 1 card. But that's really good, especially, let's say, a militia. I don't know if we played with militia on the show, but let's say a militia's played. You set this aside, you discard your 1, you get this back, and you get another one. The effect barely affected you. Not like a moat where it wouldn't, but it's still. And there's like, so Jester, I'd get more cards than I usually end up with. All the attack cards here, I would end up with more cards than I usually would. So
it's very nice.
It's not going to block the attack, but it's going to do a little bit to boost you on your next turn, hopefully.
And if you have a bunch of these,
yeah, you're going to
in one hand, like, oh, I have 5 horse traders. Yeah.
I don't think I bought many of these. This is one of those cards I don't see buying a whole bunch unless you have a really big deck. I probably could have bought another 1 or 2 of these.
Yeah.
But not a whole bunch, or probably not. You might as well buy golds at that point.
One of my favorite cards. Tournament.
Tournament. Plus 1 action. Each player may reveal a province from his hand. If you do, discard it and gain a prize from the prize pile, or a duchy, putting it on top of your deck. If no one else does, plus 1 card, plus 1 coin.
So I like this card because...
I like it sometimes. Some games I don't like it. This game, it actually turned out, because I wasn't going to buy any of this game, but I was like, I got 8, 2 buys, and I have enough money that I can probably buy some provinces really soon. I decided to buy it, and it did turn out to be quite worth it.
So this is really good because you can get a prize card, and if no one else reveals a province, you get that prize card immediately, and you can play it immediately. And a lot of the prize cards are very useful.
You want to get those prize cards, and if somebody starts getting all of the prize cards, that can really hurt, because there's been some games where you got all of them.
All 5, because I love them so much.
Yeah, and it's, now usually I don't think it's going to happen much in a 2-player game, but in a bigger game. So definitely, if somebody buys a tournament and you know they're kind of going the province route, you definitely want to either try to catch up or quickly end the game before they really get use out of those cards. But the only problem with tournament is, like, I know you played a bunch of tournaments, and I managed to block your card in action. So really, you're just playing this, and then
it was fine with me. I was like, oh darn! But I got a prize card, so I was like, yay, stuff.
So definitely, this is a big game changer. It's definitely going to make the game a little more advanced. So it's not a really good beginner card, but it's definitely going to add a lot more to the game. And it's interesting. I do like prize cards. So let's talk about the prize cards a while, since we're kind of in that subject.
There are 5 prize cards.
All right, here we go.
Princess. So it's 1 buy. While this is in play, cards cost 2 less, but not less than 0. So it's like a bridge and a highway, which we'll get to. But it makes cards cost less, so
that's
good. Really good.
And the buy
makes that amazing. You a buy.
It's a really powerful card.
A lot of times when you get cards that make other cards cost less, but you don't get that extra buy, you're just like, oh, I have 8, but a province costs 0. Ah.
You can only play this once, so that's not gonna happen. But it's really good because you could probably make the province cost less, and say you have a lot of coins, you might be able to buy 2 easily. Because usually it's kind of hard to pull off a turn where you buy 2 unless you have a lot of cards in your hand.
Yeah.
But this makes it a lot easier. So definitely a card worth picking up.
Yeah.
Almost in any game, I'd say.
Yeah.
It's usually
any game.
Universally good.
Really good.
Followers was another one you bought. Tell us your thoughts on it.
Followers. It's a attack card. It's 2 cards. Gain an estate. Each other player gains a curse. And discards down to 3 cards in hand. So
one of the most powerful attack cards out there.
I think this is the most powerful. At least maybe not the most powerful attack, but it does the most things to your opponent. It gives them a curse, so it's like a witch, and then it makes them discard down to 3, so it's like a militia. So it's just like, I'm going to beat you up with the followers.
Now, one of the downsides is you are getting an estate when you play it.
I mean, those estates won me the game.
Yeah, they did help you. Now, it can bog up your hand early on. Near the end, you're not going to mind as much. But if you got cards like that use estate for discarding, or Baron, which gives you coins when you have an estate, pretty good still. It's still a really powerful attack card that I think they just did that to kind of balance it out. And I'd still love. I will find myself gaining a follower if I don't think any of the other cards are really worth it at the time. Where like somebody's taken a card that I usually like. It's not my first choice always, but it's definitely my second choice.
Alright, nobody played... Oh, you got this.
I got that. And it's 2 coins when you play this, +1 per unused action you have in play. Like, so it's not action cards in your hand, it's physical actions
that are
like unused. So if you play a lot of Hamlets and you have, say, at the end of your turn, 4 unused actions, and you're like, oh, I have so many unused actions. Oh, I have Diadem, +4 coins, because I have 4 unused actions.
Really powerful in an action stacking game. I remember you having like 6 actions or whatever
left over,
and you just played that with a bunch of other treasure cards with multiple buys. And we were using colonies too, so it wasn't like he bought like all the provinces. He bought colonies instead.
Yeah.
But still, it kind of hurts when somebody buys.
This is a very good card.
Yeah, but in a game without action stacking, I will see nobody touch
like this.
that.
This one really didn't have much action stacking. Like I might get an extra.
So the max is going to get us to 3 unless
or with Hamlets and discarding stuff. But it's still really good. I'd recommend picking it up.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Trusted Steed is my favorite one. This is the one I will pick up first all the time. Most likely. I can't think of a time when I've managed to actually go, oh, all the prize cards out, and I can pick one. I always pick Trusted Steed. I love this card, and it's probably because of one thing I'll read here. It gives you 2 cards, 2 actions. Oh, you choose 2 of these. So you can choose to gain 2 cards, 2 actions, 2 coins, or my favorite, gain 4 silvers and put them into your discard pile. 4 silvers is awesome. That's kind of like, we haven't played with Hitterlands yet, but there's a card that gives you a lot of silvers. Trader. I love that card. I think it's all an awesome card. And this kind of does the similar thing. 4 silvers is awesome. Now, if it's later in the game, you have a bunch of gold, silvers aren't going to be as great. But it's still pretty good. I mean, it's not copper.
Especially if you get this really early, gaining 4 silvers, like, the first couple rounds, it's really good.
Because always, honestly, I know people sometimes when they have 6 and 2 buys will just pick up a single gold. I'll sometimes find myself picking out silvers because maybe I just need a lot more treasure cards because I have a lot of other cards I'm not using. I just need treasure cards to come up more frequently. That's sometimes good. But Trusted Steed's definitely a good card because it's giving you those choices, and I really like that. So, thumbs up for me on that one.
You're next. No one bought Bag of Gold, I don't think.
It's a good one, though.
I like it. It's 1 action, gain a gold, putting it on top of your deck. So yeah.
If you're able to draw it then right afterwards, awesome card. But that's basically it. It's just getting you golds. I was able to buy golds in this game. Yeah. I didn't mind it that much.
This is better early on because you'll get more use out of it, gaining more golds.
I don't know which one I like more, though. If I like Trusted Steed with the 4 silvers or getting the Bag of Gold and getting a gold. Now, the bonus, I guess, there is the gold goes on top.
Yeah.
But if you have a small enough deck and you're going to reshuffle and go through it a couple more times, definitely the silvers, I think, are worth it.
That Bag of Gold, it's probably the last one I'd pick up, but it's still pretty good. It's not the best, but it's good. It's free gold. Who doesn't like gold?
Remake. Do this twice. Trash a card from your hand, then gain a card costing exactly 1 more than the trash card.
So, this is kind of, I think, one of my least favorite trash cards.
I like it sometimes.
But it paid off for me in this game because I was able to get 2 Fairgrounds out of it.
Yeah, if it was like, so you're gaining a card 1 more, and sometimes that's really good, especially if you do it twice.
Yeah.
But, it's only 1 more, so sometimes it's kind of like Upgrade. Upgrade's an alright card for trashing.
At least it replaces itself.
But yeah, but it's only 1 up. So in this game, I didn't see this as much worth it. It's not because all the cards I had, I seemed
were higher value.
Yeah, and they were higher value. I don't know how much I have more to say on this card. It's not like, usually I find myself really liking the trash and gain higher cards near the end because I'm able to take my action cards and treasure cards and just turn them into victory because that's when they're going to matter at the end of the game. This card's not really going to let you do that, especially because unless you have 7 cards in, you're not going to be able to turn stuff into provinces what matter and stuff like that. You're never going to be able to turn stuff into colonies because there's no tank card in the game at all. So it's an alright trash card. If you find yourself having a lot of cards that you think if you play a remake you're going to trash 2 cards and end with 2 better cards, you're fine with that, that's when it's really good. But it's not one that's going to like trash your coppers and maybe, you know what, this might have been good.
If you're trying to get rid of curses.
Yeah, curses and coppers, because we ended up with a lot of those. I could have seen buying them. But there wasn't like action stacking other than Hamlet, so it was kind of like Harvest. Reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, then discard them. +1 coin, per differently named card revealed.
Harvest. You seem to like this better
Love
than I did.
Harvest all the time. I'm usually able to make it worth always when I play it 3 or 4. Sometimes 2. I've never had this end up 1 because it's not a card you're going to buy early on because it's not worth it.
No.
Because it's worth 5, so already you want it to be over 2 because you can get a silver for 2. You want it to get up to 3 because it's 1 less than a gold. Now you have to play it, but if you have action stacking, that's when it really pays off. And if you have a wide variety of cards. If you can make it worth 4 by buying a whole bunch of different cards,
that's really good.
Really good. Because that's getting close to platinum, which is cost 9. But this is 5. So it's really good. Good. So I'd say buy this when there's action stacking, and if you're buying a wide variety of cards. If you're not, probably not worth it.
Next, Jester. This is a very fun attack card.
Jester, plus 2 coins. Each other player discards the top card of his deck. If it's a victory card, he gains a curse. Otherwise, either he gains a copy of the discarded card, or you do. Your choice.
And I found this very useful this game because
it's a very interesting attack card.
I was able to give him a couple curses and a couple coppers, and he was able to give me a couple of coppers. And so it's very good at gaining better cards from other players. Like say they gain a gold, and they're like, I put it on top or something, or if they do something that gives them a card on top because you did something, you just play a Jester and go, I want a copy of that. Ha ha ha, or something like that.
Now, I usually find myself buying these just because I want to gain something that somebody else has that's really good. But I don't think once in that game that happened. It was usually just coppers were being handed out left and right in this game. And
I got one
victory cards, when they're flipped, you don't gain the victory card. You give the other
curse.
person a curse. So that happens a lot. But when, say, I played Jester and you flipped like a harvest over, I would be like, ooh, I get a harvest. But other than that, it's a nice little card. It gives you the 2 coins. So I definitely say I usually pick one of these up, especially if you think you're either going to be giving them a lot of curses or
crappy cards, or gaining good cards.
Or you're gaining good cards. I don't care about giving coppers out as much.
No.
But it really depends. But I don't mind giving the curses or getting really cool cards.
Hunting Party. Plus 1 card, plus 1 action. Reveal your hand. Reveal cards from your deck until you reveal a card that isn't a duplicate of one in your hand. Put it into your hand and discard the rest.
Kind of like a laboratory. The only difference is you're getting a different card. So that's good if you have a wide variety of cards.
And you need like a specific
different card. Yeah. But sometimes that might not pay out because with a laboratory you might gain 2 of the same card, but they're really good. Especially when you get the 2 of the same card because they work together well. But with Hunting Party you have to discard it. So you got to hope for something else that's different but good. Because if you have a whole bunch of cards in your hand, you might, because at some points, say you had to discard a gold because, I had a gold in my hand, but gold's awesome. The laboratory will let you pick that up. So you have to discard the gold, and then your next card's an estate, which you don't have in your hand, so you have to gain that. So which one pays off more? Laboratory, not Hunting Party.
Well, you never know. I was hunting for a province one time because I had a tournament. I was like,
that's when that was good.
And I was like, I gained a province, yay!
Because that would really worked out well with tournament, because I did that too. I played my Hunting Party, got a province out of that because I didn't have it in my hand, and I flipped over like a silver or something, discarded it, and then I got the province. It was like, nice.
So this is very good if you're trying to find a card that you don't have. If you don't have that card and you're looking for it, yippee.
And then last, Fairgrounds, which I'm going to say that's which one you gave me.
I love Fairgrounds.
Fairgrounds, worth 2 victory points for every 5 differently named cards in your deck, rounded down.
Really good with buys, I find, because you're going to be buying a lot of different cards. Other than that, not really. But it's really good because it only costs 6, so it's much easier to get 6 than 8 usually.
And generally, you're going to have at least 15 cards because you're probably going to buy all the base cards, so there's 6 of them, so you already have 6. And you're probably going to buy at least 5 or 6 of the cards down here, so it's going to be a minimum of 4 most likely. And
I'm going to say it's more frequently worth 4 unless you're buying a wide variety of cards. If your strategy means you only get a few different cards, they're probably not worth it.
No.
I mean, it's still worth a little more than a duchy, so if you have 6 and
you
it's worth 4,
you have at least 10 differently named cards, gain a Fairground.
Yeah. But you can definitely pull off this strategy of trying to get these instead of provinces. Yeah. Because if you get multiple treasures and buys,
it's much easier to buy 2 of these that are worth 6 instead of 2 provinces,
Yeah.
which are worth 6.
And you saw me going to buy cards, not for the card itself, but for
just to upgrade his
that.
fairgrounds.
Yeah.
And really good in this game because we had all the prize cards, which is just
yeah.
adding to this because they're different cards.
Yeah.
They're their own individual cards. Plus, we actually had 11, so
Yeah.
I can't think of a game that would probably some Dark Ages cards or something like that. Maybe potion cards were added in. That could make this really huge. Because there have been games where you can get this up to 8. I don't know. You can probably get up to 10, but I've never seen anybody pull it off.
I'll look in to see if we can somehow manage a game to try to make that worth 10.
But yeah, that'd be pretty funny.
We'd have to have Young Witch probably in too, sadly.
I don't remember what we started out with. I started out buying a Horse Traders and a Silver.
Same here.
Yeah, I think that was the best for
for starting.
For starting, unless you wanted to really hit them on early on with the curse cards.
Yeah.
Maybe. I just decided I didn't want to bother starting that war.
No.
I
was kind of glad he didn't do that because I was like, oh, I hope he doesn't buy a Young Witch.
That's what happens when you buy this type of curse cards. Where when you play it, every time they get a curse, it's really going to start a cursing war because you got to think, they're going to end up buying one. I'm going to get them. Do I want to start this?
Yeah. That's the thing is one time he bought I forget which card. It gives you a curse. He bought it first. And I bought like 3 in a row. I'm just like,
Well, we were playing. We've been playing a lot of games in between this. You play like I bought the Curse Gang card first, and there was King's Court in that. And you like King's Court, a familiar or something like that. And just like, here you go, 3 curse cards.
And I was like,
I shouldn't have started that war. But let's see, what would you do if you had 5 and 2? Harvest is out of the question. You don't want to pick that. So either Jester or Hunting Party.
Probably go with Jester first
because Hunting Party is not good early.
Most likely, you're gonna either give them a copper or they gain a curse.
Or they gain a curse. It's gonna be pretty bad.
Yeah.
And
Hamlet's a really good 2 card.
And Hamlet's a good 2 card too, especially if you want the buys. And if there's a lot of lower cards early on, I can definitely see discarding getting the lower buys so you can pick up more lower cards instead of saving up for the higher cards. Because sometimes early on, a lot of lower cards are really good. But that's the game there. I have to say, Cornucopia thoughts. I like it. Definitely a nice little expansion. It's not the first one I buy. It's not. I don't think it's towards the middle. It's probably I buy it before Alchemy.
Definitely.
But if say you're short on cash and you have enough to pick up a little set instead of one of the big ones, definitely worth picking up. All the cards are fun. I can't think of cards that aren't fun in this, like ones that I don't want to play with. Like, let's see what's all in. Yeah, we only did like 2 cards.
2 cards
and we were like, oh, these cards are fun. So hopefully we'll get to them sometime.
I think the only card the bad thing about this is Young Witch.
Yeah, only it's still interesting because it adds in cards, so I don't hate it. And plus, it kind
of makes up for itself.
Yeah, you know when somebody buys it though, that's not like they're like, ooh, I'm giving you curse cards. You know that they're going, oh, I have to pick up cards and discard because sometimes that just sucks. But I definitely would highly rank this one. This is definitely a fun one to play, and it mixes well because you can add 1 card and it's still fun to play, and you can play with all of them. And it's fun to play. Now, again, playing with all of them, you're going to have the same game a lot of the time. Yeah. So definitely, this isn't something you're going to want to pick up with the base cards. No. But
it should not be played alone because after a couple of games, you're going to get bored.
Yeah. I mean, we even found the problem after a while just playing with one set.
Yeah.
While the base set has like a whole bunch of cards, you play it enough. You still get a whole bunch of plays, but after you play it enough, like we did, you're going to end up going, oh,
yeah. We bought the base set and we played with it for like 2 weeks, and we're like, oh, we need something new.
Well, we had played with the entry cards already before, so it's like, oh, I want to get those back, and they were fun. But you can play still quite a bit. This not as much.
No.
But I highly like it.
Yeah.
Good one.
Way up there. Next week is Hinterlands, I believe.
That's my second favorite. I love Hinterlands. Definitely. Oh, and you know what the nice thing is? Oh, I didn't mention this one. It does add some mechanics into the game. Yeah. So, not massive like Prosperity or Seaside, but it's not an easy beginner one. Hinterlands, though, is a pretty good beginner one because the only thing it really adds in is like when you buy a card, you get something. Other than that, the cards are still pretty basic. Like, they're not going to add in a whole bunch of new rules and stuff like that. They are a little more advanced, I'd say, than Intrigue or Base, but if you don't want complicated cards, I'd say get Dominion, Intrigue, and then Hinterlands. Yeah. And Hinterlands has a lot of cool and fun cards, and they're interesting cards, so I can't wait to check those out next week.
Alright.
Is that it?
That is it.
See you next week, guys.